Pi Network just set a date that could change everything. October 19th. But here's what nobody's telling you. While the GCV movement is pushing that $314,159 valuation, Pi is trading at 0.26 and dropping fast. You know, I've got exclusive information about what's really happening behind the scenes, the internal war that's tearing our community apart, and why the next few weeks will determine if your Pi becomes valuable or worthless. If you're a pioneer who's losing hope, what I'm about to reveal will either restore your faith or help you make the smartest exit decision of your life. Stay with me because this gets intense. Before we go further, smash that subscribe button right now and join my Telegram and Facebook communities. Links in the description below. That's where I share real-time updates and insider information you won't find anywhere else. Trust me, you need to be there. Now, let's dive in. You know, October 19th is shaping up to be massive for Pi Network. Doris Yinpai, founder of the Global Consensus Value Movement, just announced the third Global GCV conference, and she's calling it a movement, not just another event. According to her announcement on X, this gathering is designed to send a powerful signal to the Pi core team and institutional investors that pioneers are united, educated, and ready for what's next. Here's where it gets interesting. Doris claims she received a confidential report from an independent auditor, confirming that progress is happening behind the scenes with the mainnet code. But here's the catch nobody's talking about. She's saying the launch timing depends entirely on whether pioneers prove they're committed to long-term value instead of rushing to convert their Pi into cash immediately. You know, this puts the responsibility squarely on our shoulders. We're being told that our collective behavior will determine when the next phase happens. That's both empowering and terrifying because it means we have more power than we realized, but also more blame if things go wrong. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room that's causing massive fights everywhere. That controversial $314,159 per Pi valuation. You know, the GCV community has been promoting this number relentlessly across YouTube, Telegram, and Facebook, and it's based on the mathematical constant Pi. Sounds clever, right? But here's what's really happening. This ideology has created a massive, painful split in the Pi network community. On one side, you have passionate believers who see this as the ideal benchmark and refuse to consider anything else. On the other side, you have frustrated critics who say this is completely unrealistic and actually hurting Pi's credibility with serious investors. You know, Dr. Altcoin has been particularly vocal about this situation. He's calling on the Pi core team to take direct action against what he calls sabotage, misinformation, and deliberate disinformation from the GCV faction. His words were strong. He warned that these false narratives could cause irreversible damage and push Pi's value to unprecedented lows if the core team doesn't step in now. This internal conflict is creating confusion at exactly the wrong time when pioneers need clarity and unity more than ever. It's like trying to build a house while half the construction crew is arguing about the blueprint. Nothing gets done when everyone's fighting. Let's be brutally honest about Pi's current market situation because you deserve the truth, even when it hurts. You know, Pi coin is struggling right now, there's no sugarcoating it. Over the past month, Pi has dropped a painful 30.6%, and right now it's trading at just 0.26. That's rough. Remember September 22nd? That was a dark day when Pi's value plummeted 47.8%, hitting a fresh all-time low that shook everyone to their core. I remember the panic in our Telegram group that day. People were devastated. Even when the broader crypto market was pumping and other altcoins were seeing double-digit gains, Pi remained completely disconnected and failed to benefit from those upswings. That disconnect is concerning because it suggests Pi is moving independently from market sentiment. What makes this even more frustrating is that Pi's co-founders, Nicholas Kokalis and Chengdiao Fan, held a community event in Seoul, where they reaffirmed their long-term vision with genuine passion. But here's the painful reality. That announcement didn't translate into any price recovery whatsoever. The market basically shrugged and kept moving downward. You know, this disconnect between the team's vision and actual market performance is exactly why so many pioneers are losing hope, why search interest in Pi Network has been declining dramatically, and why engagement is dropping. People are tired, frustrated, and starting to move on. So, what does all of this chaos actually mean for you as a pioneer? You know, Doris Pai made a statement that captures everything perfectly. She said that when institutions and the core team see pioneers united and educated, they gain confidence in our long-term support, and their biggest fear disappears. That fear being the mass, short-term conversion of Pi into fiat currency. She warned that if pioneers behave short-sightedly and dump everything for quick cash, the timeline becomes uncertain. But if pioneers rise together and show real commitment, then nothing can stop what's coming. You know, this is the exact crossroads we're at right now. The October 19th conference isn't just about speeches, it's about proving to the world that the Pi Network community is serious and ready for the big leagues. The question isn't whether Pi Network has potential anymore, the technology is solid, and the team is committed. The real question is whether the community can overcome these divisions, resist panic selling pressure, and demonstrate the maturity that serious institutions need to see before committing capital and partnerships. You know, let me be completely transparent about where I stand. I'm both excited and deeply concerned about the Pi Network right now. On one hand, I genuinely believe the core technology and vision are solid. The team consistently delivers updates, and the ecosystem is slowly growing despite price challenges. But I'm really worried about the community division tearing us apart from the inside. The GCV movement, while well-intentioned, has created unrealistic expectations that could lead to massive disappointment. When you tell someone their Pi is worth $314,150 and it trades at 0.26, you're setting them up for crushing disappointment. That's not helpful. That's destructive. You know, the October 19th conference could go two ways. Either it becomes a unifying moment where we come together with realistic expectations, or it becomes another source of division. I hope leadership starts having honest conversations about realistic timelines and achievable price targets. I'd rather have a Pi worth $5 with strong fundamentals than chase a fantasy of $314,150 that will never materialize. My advice? Stay informed, remain cautiously optimistic, but don't put all your eggs in this basket. Diversify your holdings, continue learning, and make decisions based on facts rather than emotion or hype. The pioneers who survive will be those who keep expectations grounded while remaining open to genuine opportunities. You know, I want to hear from you in the comments right now. Are you holding your Pi long-term, or considering cashing out? Do you believe in GCV's vision, or think it's unrealistic? Your perspective matters, and we grow stronger when we share honest opinions. If this video gave you clarity, smash that like button. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm bringing you updates the moment they break. Join my Telegram and Facebook communities in the description. That's where we discuss these topics in real time and support each other. Pi Network's story isn't over, and the next few weeks leading to October 19th could be absolutely critical. You know, whether you're a believer or skeptic, staying informed is your best strategy. I'll see you in the next video where I'll break down what happens at that conference and what it means for our future. Until then, stay strong, stay informed, stay realistic, and remember, crypto has never been a straight line. Let's navigate this together. Peace out, pioneers.